This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, this will be a part 2 to yesterday's episode, but I overall wanted to add more to what I was saying. And now that I'm like less frustrated and less upset over the stream and things, like I feel like that there is more that I wanted to talk on, and just overall kind of let people know like my state of mind when it's about streaming and YouTube and all of that. Because at the end of the day, I love streaming. I love making YouTube videos. I love all that stuff. I love, like, that was the one thing where I'm like, I felt like that I definitely worked on, and what the strikes like really helped me with YouTube was building my motivation to record, even if I don't, even if I'm not able to like post videos and crap like on my main channel. Like if I'm not able to post any things, I'm like, all right, well, at first I was like, okay, well, I just lost the motivation to do all of it. I don't feel like doing nothing, So I'm like, yeah, because I remember, I think when I got that first strike, I don't think I recorded as many videos as I did with this last strike that I got. Like, definitely with this last strike, I put in a lot of work that I have to say I haven't seen myself put in that much work on YouTube in a while. So I'm like, definitely, that was like improving. But the one thing that I noticed, it's like when I remember, I can't remember if it was that first strike or I can't remember which strike it was, but I just remember when I had got a strike. I think it was when I got that first strike, because that's when I remember I posted this video. It's one of like my most viewed videos on my channel, but it was reacting to that YouTuber or Twitch streamer, Sweet Anita. And I think I've, overall, like, to talk on, like, the idea of this episode, I've talked on this type of stuff before, so I'm just, kind of talking on it again. But anyways, but when I reacted to Sweet Anita, I remember I put that in the title of the video saying, read description, and saying, like, hey, I got a strike, so I'm not able to post. Do you know I still got comments from people telling me to react to this video, react to this, and that type of stuff annoys me, because I'm like, what did you just read? Like, if I'm gonna be like as blunt as I possibly could with this answer, what did you just read? And then it's funny when you ask them questions like that, because even then there was like another, like, there is been numerous times when this crap has happened, and I've like, it's really starting to annoy me now, because I'm like, can you acknowledge the video that you just commented on? Like, that's it. That's all that I ask for. Just acknowledge the video that you commented on. That's it. Like, I'm not asking you to pay me. I'm not asking you, because there's YouTubers out there where they be starting up Patreon accounts, OnlyFans, all these other different types of things just so you could get an extra bit of content. I'm doing all this stuff for free for you guys. So at the end of the day, all I get is just communication. That's it. People that can actually acknowledge the video. And I'm not talking about no hate comments. I'm not talking about people all like, oh, I hate this video. I hate you as a YouTuber. I hate all that. You can go somewhere else with that crap. You make your own, you go on your channel, you make your videos talking about how much you hate me and the whole, just everything that I'm doing. You go on your channel and talk about that type of stuff. But on my channel, I just want positive comments. Comments that's acknowledging the videos. Like, talk on what I'm talking about. That's how I know people don't be watching my, like, when I get a comment of somebody actually, like, I respond more to those comments. I'll heart those comments and, reply to them and all that crap, than a comment where it's somebody asking me to react to this YouTuber, react to a YouTuber that I've been reacting to for literally a year, making it seem like that, oh, I'm not subscribed to their channel. I don't have their notifications turned on. I don't know of that YouTuber. Like, I'm like, man, that's what I'm saying. That's why I know people don't be watching my videos, because I say all the time, I watch this YouTuber on a regular basis. So I know of this person. I know who they are. when the dude, when he uploads a video, for an example, people will be commenting on my channel like, oh, the dude just uploaded a new video, he just uploaded a new video. And I think I've said that before, how I have notifications turned on or I'm subscribed to his channel. So guess what pops up in my recommendations when he uploads? The latest video. So that's why I'm like, when I post a video promoting one of my friends' Twitch channels or one of their YouTube channels. Like, for an example, when I promote my one friend, Ray Rahimi, you guys might have seen me react to her videos on her, on her personal channel and on her Hot Tea channel. But when I get comments on her videos, people are like, oh, react to this. Or when I get comments on Four Souls, like, reaction videos saying, hey, react to this. You know, like, even when I'm promoting them, it's like, even like just recently and stuff, like talking on like, oh, you know, how I'm gonna play like all the different Fallout games when they get to 1,000 subscribers, and there was only a few people. It's like, you mean to tell me that 30, 40 some people can like the post, but those 30, 40 people can't subscribe to their channel? And then you think at the end of the day I'm gonna really take a reaction request from you? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that lack of communication, that makes a YouTuber not want to communicate with anybody in his comment sections. I remember there was a point in time when people, they just kept doing that crap, and they just kept ignoring what I was saying. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Forget it. They're going to ignore me. I'm going to ignore them. So I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm like, I know who my supporters are. I pay attention to their names. I know exactly who they are. That's the one thing that I can say, is that my memory with fans and supporters is extremely good. And up until they change their name, I'm like, oh, okay, well then I gotta remember this name. But even then, when they tell me, oh, hey, this is my new, I remember it. So I'm like, if you guys want me to interact with y'all more, y'all gonna have to interact with me more. Plain and simple. If y'all can't do that, then why are you subscribed to my channel? Why are you following me across social media? Like, I remember I used to talk on this stuff a lot back in the day, like back in 2015, because it used to, I remember it used to annoy me. Like, when I very first started noticing it, then it was like really annoying me. But I remember when I very first started taking YouTube serious, and that's the one thing that I have to say, is that, you know, that type of stuff is just very demotivating to a YouTuber, where it's like they're just being ignored. You know, like, you post about all these, like, different videos, you post all this different content across all these different platforms, yet people only want one thing from you. Like, there is this one guy just recently, and I blocked him because I was like, nah, man, you being annoying. But every time when I posted a video, he always would comment just saying the same thing: react to this video, react to this video. And I'm like, bro, do you not understand? Like, I'm a small YouTuber, so I'm not getting a whole lot of comments. I seen your comment. I seen it. Okay, so you don't need to comment the same thing numerous times across my videos. I seen it, so stop doing that. He said it again, and I just blocked him because I'm like, well, obviously you don't know English or whatever, you know, it is. I'm like, I would understand that you would have seen the word, hey, stop commenting the same thing over and over again. You seen that keyword, stop, right? So I'm like, you can Google translate it, do whatever, I don't care. But I'm like, bruh, if I ask you, like, hey, yo, like, stop commenting the same thing on my, like, in my comment section and stuff, just stop. I'm not saying the same thing in my videos, so stop commenting the same thing in my videos. Like, that's, I'm like, bro, it trips me out when they do stuff like that, because I'm like, man, y'all don't like know how to communicate. Like, there's some of you guys, and I appreciate the crap out of y'all that actually do communicate, that actually be in my live streams, that listens to my podcast, that follows me across social media. Like, I'm like, them type of fans end up becoming my friends. There's this, I remember, he was like one of the first fans that I remember I ever, like, and he's like now one of my friends across social media. You know, that's somebody that I'm cool with him till this day. I haven't talked to him recently, but no, I remember like back, because I think he's doing his own thing now. I remember, how old was he? I think he was still in high school, and I think I had just graduated. But overall, like, nah, me and him became cool. Like, that was, like, he was a cool dude. I remember we played video games. I remember he helped me out with a GTA video, like one of them, like, Rockstar editor things. But no, I still remember, like, and to just overall, like, prove to you guys how good my memory is, I remember the first time, when we very first met. When we very first met, it was because Lizard Squad had just hacked Xbox. So when Lizard Squad had just hacked them, I was making all these different videos on them and stuff. And so I remember he would comment on my videos, like, giving me updates on things, and then I'll talk about it. And I think I might have shouted him out. If I didn't, then I'm like, hey, yo, shout out to Chris. That's his name. But anyways, after years of that situation happening, but no, so I remember even after that situation was done and over with, like I still was doing like other different types of videos and crap. But he was still in my comment sections, like talking on the different things that I would like talk on. Then when I started doing reaction videos, he's giving me like videos to react to. Like me and him, we're talking about like the latest different. Then I remember I started making videos for people to react to. I started making try not to laugh challenges, and I remember he was I think he either was the first person or he was one of the first few people to react to my videos. So that's why I'm like, Chris, that's one dude that I'm like, I will never ever forget that man, because he was one of my first, that was one of the, I think he was the first supporter that I've ever met on YouTube. Other than that, it was like, and it's crazy how I'm like, this man lives in Canada. He lives in Canada. I got friends that literally live in the area, like radius of me. And I have yet to see them in my comment sections of a video. I have yet to see them, and I'm not trying to name drop or call out anybody, but I'm just saying, like, there's at times where I'm like, do y'all even, so am I even friends with y'all? Like, it trips me out when I see that, because I'm like, there's people that I don't even know, and they show more support than people that I've known since I was a kid. So that's why I'm like, at times I just, I really, I don't be trusting a whole lot of people. I trust people when I see them a lot. When I see them a lot and then they're supporting a lot, then that's why I'm like, okay, I can trust you. But at the end of the day, it's like, if it's one of those things where I'm like, I've been doing YouTube for like 11 years, right? And you're just now showing support. That's why I'm like, if we've been friends for a long amount of time, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you remember the first time I started posting about YouTube. It wasn't like, it was like cryptic messages or something. It's like you couldn't like read it or whatever. But I'm like, I've been posting about this stuff for like 11 years. About me being a content creator. Yeah, I'll admit my videos was trash first 5 years I started off on YouTube. But 2015, when I started posting about this stuff, like, seeing how many people was just overall, like, coming out and showing support and stuff, like, I appreciated that, And then it was like, even then it's like to, years down the road where you kind of see that number like decrease and you don't really see it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's me doing too much. Maybe that could be the reason. Or, they got their own personal lives to be worried about. That could be a reason too. But I'm like, hey, yo, it trips me out when I'm like, I feel like I post good content. Like, I feel like my content, it's worth watching. Yeah, I might react to stuff where they got some crazy jokes being cracked. Yeah, I might react to some crazy video. Well, I can't do that no more because of YouTube. YouTube ain't really as clear with their crazy videos and stuff, so I really don't know. But at one point in time, I was reacting to a bunch of different types of videos. Videos that I know, okay, my friends are going to be interested in this. I know they're going to be nothing. And I'm like, and they're supposed to be supporters? I'm like, yeah, it's, it's stuff like that where I'm like, if I don't see you in my comment sections, if I don't get any messages, if I haven't heard anything from you, if I see you more arguing with me about a joke that I done cracked or about a post that I done shared, if I see you arguing with me more about that than me just simply asking y'all to, hey, support my podcast, support my Twitch channel, support one of my 32 YouTube channels, one of them, not all of them, just pick and choose one and just start supporting it. Share it, share a video on it, do something. But if I see more people arguing with me about a joke that I done did or that I done cracked or about some post that I had somebody, one of my, I really don't even know anymore because I'm like, I really only see them when they want to argue with me about stuff. But anyways, what was the joke? I can't remember what the joke was, but they like messaged me early in the morning, talking about like, oh, how come you always, you have a problem with the LGBTQ community or some stuff like that. I'm like, when did I ever say I had a problem with them? Did you just assume that because I'm just cracking a joke? Like, see, it's that type of stuff that upsets me. Had me mad the whole day to where I really wanted to go out and message them and say something. But I'm like, nah, they might get emotional because I'm like, I feel like my anger can go a little bit overboard at times. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to say nothing to them. I'm just going to mind my business today, do my streams, do my videos, and keep it going. But I'm like, man, if I would have shared, because I was like, a part of me wanted to share some more stuff that day. Just because I was looking for some other things to like share and stuff. And I'm just, that was just any joke. I was just looking through any joke. I actually was going through friends' profiles to see what different things I can share. I'm like, if I share any jokes today, I don't care if it's about whatever. If I share anything and they're one of the first people to message me and start going off about some stuff, I'm spazzing. Okay, I am spazzing on this person because I'm tired. Like my thing is like I'm tired of the fact that they can post about some things, right? And they can be dealing with some stuff in their life. I'll reach out, message them, and be like, "Hey, what's going on? Talk to me. Like, let me what's going on." No response, or it's like, "I'm fine. I don't want to talk about it." Sometime later, I share a joke that's like, and the funny thing is that I got like on my Facebook, like on my profile, I got a lot of friends. I've been sharing these same type of jokes for years, and I have not received not one message or anything. So, and it's like, that's the funny thing about it. They were trying to say that I have something against like the LGBTQ community and stuff. I'm like, look, I got friends that that are married to the same sex. I'm not gonna say like, oh, they're gay or they're lesbian. I just feel like that type of stuff is just derogatory. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable saying that, and that's how that I don't have no problem when I know that there's I'm not comfortable with saying certain things unless I sit down and talk with them personally. So that just shows, I'm like, dude, does it really sound like I got a problem with the LGBTQ community? No, I don't. So that's why I'm like, yeah, don't message me no stuff like that. I'm like, don't message me, don't comment no stuff. If I'm cracking a joke, I'm cracking a joke. If I'm saying something offensive, trust me, you will hear what I got it. Because I'm like, I'm not them type of people that beat around the bush or has to hide behind a comment or say some things that's like, oh, you can't fully understand it or whatever. If I got a problem with somebody, I will say it. And never once I'm all like, oh, I got a problem with the LGBTQ community. I don't like the fact that they doing same-sex stuff, or they're changing their genders, or they're wanting to be called as these pronouns. That's if I have something rude to say. That's if I'm going to say something offensive. But at the end of the day, if I'm cracking a joke or sharing a meme, I am cracking a joke or I'm sharing a meme. But I'm like, you'll know if I say something offensive. You'll know if I'm like trying to hurt somebody. So that's why I'm like, yeah, please. I'm like, don't come after me over some stuff. And I'm like, you don't even fully understand it. So I'm like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, and that friend, that's not the only person that's done some stuff like that. I think there was a time I remember I shared, what was it? I think I shared some jokes about like black people, and I've had people reach out to me, and I'm like, did you forget who I am? Like, do I need to show you my birth certificate and show you what it says underneath race? Like, I think you can take a good look at who I am and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I could be maybe they thought this whole time that I was an extremely tan white person or something. My first name is Tyler, so they probably just like, oh yeah, that's just an extremely tan white person. So I'm like, okay, then if you're gonna come after me, then it's like, come after me because I tan too much, or I'm black facing, some stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I can prove to you on my literally everywhere, ID, freaking what other birth certificate, job applications, it says African American or black or something. I don't know, charcoal. But anyways, I'm like, yeah. It's times where I see stuff like that, and I'm just like, hey, yo, like, what about all these other posts that I made, how I said that I'm dealing with some stuff? Or how can you support one of my YouTube channels? Because I'm like, I think that was, I remember when I posted about that, and it was radio silent. It was honestly radio silent from anybody that was, that had seen that post. But I remember last year when I had lost my job due to COVID. And so I'm like, I'm really just, I think I asked people, I'm like, hey, just support my channel, support what I got going on. No response. Nothing. I'm like, nothing at all. I was just like, huh. All right, then. So there is ones that was all like, I ain't even going to tell them. I'm just going to go out and just show support. And to them friends, and to those supporters, and to anybody else, I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that it's all like, okay, he wants to take this serious. He's doing this. I'm supporting. So I'm like, to them, I'm like, I appreciate that. Like, one of the people that I'm like, that I'm so grateful for when it comes to support is Priscilla from Four Souls. That's the one person where I'm like, nah, before I leave this world, I'm doing something just with the amount of support that she's shown, I'm like, nah, I gotta do something. But anyways, no, I remember when we very first met, and that was one of the first things that I told her. That I was just like, oh yeah, I do YouTube videos on the side, and sure enough, I was like, she went out, started subscribing to I think she started subscribing to it at the time, because I don't think I wasn't creating any channels at the time. I don't think I started creating channels until it was like maybe 2018, 2019. So yeah, I was like, I think I remember when I had I already had my main channel and stuff, but she subscribed to that, and then I think I told her how I created the Moss and Hip Hop channel. She subscribed to that. I told her about my backup channel and a few other channels. She subscribed to all those channels, and then even Zach had told me that he subscribed to quite a few of my channels. And I'm pretty sure Denise and Damaris, they did the same thing too. So that's why with that one family, I'm like the family where, they were sitting around. I remember that was the one thing that they told me, that it was like that type of stuff keeps me going. That's the type of stuff that will get me up out of bed, have me record like 20-something videos, 20-something podcast episodes, 20-something gaming videos, and videos for all my other channels. I just make sure I get them 3 things out the way first. But that's like the stuff where I'm like, that's what keeps me going. That just happened just recently, the other day, where it was a fan of mine. Shout out to Wholesome. I shouted him out in the last episode, but he was sitting down watching one of my videos. He was watching the Wreckfest video. I'm like, out of all the videos that this man could have watched, he watched my Wreckfest video. A video where I was just putting that video out just to put it out. Because there's at times I just be recording just to record and stuff. That wasn't even a video. I'm all like, hey, yo, like, people, when I'm like, they just pick a video and they just start watching it on your channel and they comment on it. I'm like, that's the type of stuff where I'm like, it stands out. It stands out more than, because I think that's what I'm really just going to try to work on. When they want to argue with me about some dumb stuff, I'm just going to ignore them. I'm just going to be like, hey, yo, you want to argue about that? You could go right ahead. If that's what you want to have made up in your mind, that, oh, I got problems with communities or all these other different, like that type of stuff, like, I'm just going to ignore it. So I'm like, at the end of the day, I think the best thing for people is like, if you are going to argue with me or ignore me more than supporting me, then I'm like, unsubscribe from my channels, unfriend me, unfollow me, whatever process you got to go through to just make sure that I'm no longer in the picture, please go through that process. Like, if that's the one thing that you can do for me, do that. But if it's like, supporting, where it's like I'm literally asking for the free stuff, I'm not asking people to donate to me. Like, like that's the one thing that I've seen with people on Twitch. Like, I remember the one girl, she made that where that video that video was crazy, because that girl, she went viral for saying some old dumb stuff like that. But she goes on to say that if you have time to watch my streams, then you have time to donate. I wouldn't even be a content creator if that was my mindset, where I'm only doing it for the money. No. My thing is, like, if I have that opportunity, then I'm like, hey, yo, I'm going to take it. Like with YouTube and monetizing my videos, I'm going to take that opportunity when it's offered to me. Or any other like sponsorships or anything else that I'm doing, I'm like, yes, I will take those opportunities. I'm not going to be like, oh, nah, I can't take them because, like, no, I'm taking that stuff. That is a job. Like, I could turn this into a job, something that I love doing. Like, nah, man, you got to turn that into a job. So I'm like, yeah, that's the only thing. I'm all like, hey, yo, just watching my videos and that's it. That's how you support. But it's like, with donations, I don't ask for donations. I see at times when people be gifting subs like crazy and stuff, I don't be asking for that either. Like when they do give subs, when they do donate, I'm like, it trips me out. It really does, because I'm like, that's how a person actually supports you. That's how a person actually messes with you and stuff. I remember there was a time where Zach from Four Souls, I think he donated, I think it was like $10 or some stuff like that. Do you understand, like a part in me was all like, fam, if it wasn't for COVID, do you understand I would have went up to your house right now and freaking, I don't know, like gave him a hug, but it'd been like one of them aggressive, like, you throw your hand out, pull the person in, like it'd been like one of them aggressive type hugs or something. But at the end of the day, jokes aside, like that type of stuff, like I didn't ask for that, so that's why I'm like, Zach's the one person where I'm like, I remember when I was getting into vlogging And I think I posted, or I think I told Priscilla, I was like, what camera I was gonna get. Zach was one of the first people that messaged me saying, no, don't get that camera. He could just left it. It's just like, oh, like, yeah, man, good, like, keep doing things, like, do the vlogging thing, man. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be cool. He told me, he was just like, no, do not get that camera. That is a bad camera. Get this camera. He told me he was telling me, he was giving me advice on what cameras to get. That man was like, he was one of the first people, when I started talking about the vlogging stuff, he was one of the first people to start supporting that idea. And by the way, I need to, get them vlogging videos out the way. I got like a couple that I need to put together and edit and stuff, but yeah, he was one of the first people to start, like, them guys is just, like, really supportive people. All of Four Souls. Even the parents. Because I remember there was one time when I think I was recording videos, and that put one of the, like, fattest smiles on my face. That was, like, definitely one of my proudest moments, on just, being a content creator, was when Priscilla, she texted me she texted me a photo. She sent me evidence. She sent me evidence of her mom sitting down watching one of my videos. That was something where I'm all like, it's crazy, because that's something I really don't expect. That's how you know that you got support, when you got the parents watching your videos. So that's how you know you got some true legit support right there, when the parents is watching your videos. But other than that, I'm like, man, it trips me out when it's like the opposite, and it's just, people that don't even they just want to argue with you. They just want to fight with you and stuff. I'm not that type of person. I'm not. I don't like arguing. If that's the one thing that I can tell you guys about me, that's it. I don't like arguing with people. I don't like fighting with people. I just like being content, calm, cool, relaxed, collected, entertaining people. That's the only thing that matters to me at the end of the day. Arguing with people, I don't care about none of that. None of it. So I'm like, man, if I could just have that, if I could just have it where it's like, people are there, and they're, like, just, you ain't got to, like, what was the other thing? So it was donations, gifted subs, bits. I know bits, like, people be donating me like 100 bits, and I think that's like $1 or some stuff. Y'all ain't even got to do that. Y'all ain't got to do none of that stuff. All I ask for at the end of the day is for people to just show up, show support. I'm saying, because I'm like, my thing is, not to get all deep and dark on you guys, but, with all this stuff that was going on, with, like, the shootings, and just with the, all the crazy things, that had me kind of worried. That kind of had me a little bit scared, to the point where I'm just all like, dang, I gotta look over my shoulder and stuff. But I definitely don't want it to be that point in time where it's like, okay, something happens, and now everybody wants to support me and stuff. Now that I'm no longer here, they're all like, oh man, I miss him so much. People that didn't even bother to sit down and take the time to reach out to me and crap, or even watch my videos or join my streams or any of this other stuff. Like, they wanted, because I see, like, to see that go down, like, especially with music artists, like Pop Smoke, for an example, it was so messed up that I thought that, but it was the truth. It was the honest to God truth. Do you guys think, because I think they said Pop Smoke last night at the Billboard Awards, he won, like, he possibly might have won, like, maybe an award, a couple, maybe, I don't know. But Pop Smoke, for those that don't know who that artist is, Pop Smoke was tragically shot and killed last year in a home invasion. And after that, that man's music blew up, skyrocketed. Everybody was talking about his music. His music started blowing. I think his music was already blowing up on TikTok, but it really started blowing up after his passing. And then he came out with this album, and this album, it skyrocketed, took off. I remember he came out with the single, and that's like one of my favorite songs. That's like one of my hype songs and stuff. But he came out with this song. It was like a sample, or it was like a remake version of 50 Cent song Mini Me, or not Mini Me, Many Men. But it was like Wish Death Upon Me. No, that wasn't it. It was like, Got Him On Me. Okay, so I was like, I had to sit down thinking. It's funny, I'm like, I say that's one of my hype songs. I can't even think of the name of the song. That's crazy. But anyways, but I remember that song blew up. There was a few other songs that was blowing up. But yeah, last night during the Billboard Awards, he won, like, I think it was like 4 awards for that album, and just overall him as an artist. And I started thinking, I'm like, if he would have still been alive, I don't think he would have won those awards. I don't think he would have had the recognition that he had today. Because it was like, it's messed up to even say for myself, like, for being, one of those, like, aftermath fans. Because that's what I call it. It's one of those, it's a fan that pretty much, like, becomes a fan of a person after they pass. So, an aftermath fan. I'm an aftermath fan. I'm not even a real, legit, true fan. I wasn't supporting this man when he was alive. Like, if I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can with you guys, I wasn't. I didn't listen to his. I think I might have downloaded maybe a couple of songs of his prior before his death. And then after he died, then I was all like, then I forgot that he did the song with Travis Scott. So I was like, I remember when he did that, I heard it and I was just like, oh, okay, it's a different sound for Travis Scott. But I'm like, hey, yo, that's a good song. Listened to it maybe a few times. That was it. Then I think I downloaded, I think it was like Christopher Walken. And was it Dior? I might have downloaded, I don't know. I can't remember exactly when I downloaded those songs. But anyways, I downloaded them. Then it was all like, then, he passed. And then afterwards, then I started listening to a bunch of his songs. There was this one song that came out like early in his career called Flexin'. And that's one of my favorite songs of his. And I didn't hear that song until after he passed. That's the same with the XXX Tentacion. He's like the one artist where I'm like, even though I was a fan of him and I listened to his music every single day, I still didn't take the time to go over to his SoundCloud and listen to all of his songs. There were songs I heard after he passed. So I feel like with X, I feel like, yes, I was a fan, but I definitely became like an aftermath fan. Where there's like songs of his I didn't even know of that I was listening to and stuff. And I'm like, man, like it's messed up that happens. Where some other artists is. DMX. I remember I downloaded a few songs of his after he passed. It's messed up that it's like that. And that's the one thing that, that I just don't really want, like, people to deal with. Like, like, definitely, I know that there'll be fans of mine and people that supported me, they'll call them out and just be like, you guys wasn't here when he was, like, when he was talking about this stuff on a regular basis. So why are y'all here now? Like all of a sudden now you guys want to show support. Now all of a sudden now you guys want to, do things. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, man, it's upsetting that happens to people. It's very, very upsetting. But I also can say that I'm one of those people that be doing stuff like that. But at the same time, I can think like, dang, like it's messed up. That happens. It's messed up that it's all like these, they didn't have, like Pop Smoke didn't have all these fans when he was alive. So it's like, it's at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, stuff like that goes down. I'm like, man, it's, it's crazy. It's very, very crazy. But anyways, what else can I talk on? At the end of the day, I'm like, look, just support what I got going on. I'm not asking for no money. I'm not asking for you guys to, like, come here and, just, support me face to face. Like, I'm just saying, like, to just show that you support. Just show me that you can at least do that. Then I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, all right, I believe you. I actually think that, you are a supporter. But I'm like, oh, 1 day supporters. They're not day one supporters. They're just 1 day supporters. Or after math fans. Or what else? I mean, it's just like people that are like 20-minute supporters, whenever, wherever. I'm like, hey, yo, just show me that you that you support what I got going on. Like, if you hear this episode, okay, when it comes out and you made it this far, tweet me, comment on my latest post on Instagram, comment on one of my videos on YouTube saying I heard your podcast episode and I support you. If you can do that, then I know that I'm like, because I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't even know if people be listening to my podcast. I think Wholesome, he's the only one that really be listening to my podcast. So shout out to Wholesome. But other than that, I'm like, anybody else, like, I'm like, I can understand if, if you are working or got school or whatever. But I'm like, if you listening to it, just take the time out your day. It only is going to, like, it's free. You ain't got to pay me. All I just know is that you just support what I'm doing. That's it. If not, then, hey, I don't care. But if you do, then let me know that. So I know, I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not alone in this. So I'm like, I do have supporters. Because at the end of the day, that's how I be feeling. I'm all like, okay, so, like the people that I wish, I'm like, that's why I had to say I'll probably, like, kill it so much with YouTube. So I'm like, the people that do be supporting, or I'm like, I can help them out and stuff. Because I'm like, you help me out in my time of needs, and I got to help you out in your time of needs. But Anyways, yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. I feel like everything is out in my system. I feel like that there's still more though that I can talk on. But I don't know. Possibly a part three, maybe. Excuse me, maybe not, because I'm like, I do feel like I did talk on everything that I need to say and stuff. So rant might be over. I don't know. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow and subscribe, however it's set up. Subscribe to one of my 32 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at TMossBoss. Like my page on Facebook at TMossBoss fan page. Use my promo codes for Rogue Energy and SeatGeek. Rogue Energy is a website where you could go there and get you some powdered energy drinks. I believe they also have some gear that you can pick up there too. They also got these dope looking like shake cups. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff. Use my promo code TMossBoss and they'll knock I think it's like 10% off of your next purchase. It like discounted price. I don't know exactly how much, but it will knock off a percentage. But yeah, go check it out. They got a lot of stuff there. And then same with SeatGeek. Use my promo code TMossBoss. It'll knock $20 off of your first purchase. So use that, save yourself some money and things. But anyways, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.